Hey guys, and welcome to World of Subways Volume 3. So, World of Subways is like a metro train underground series based on different metro systems around the world. And the Volume 3 is based on the London Underground and more specific, the Circle Line routes within London. So, a few months ago, I did a World of Subways live stream where I basically did a few of the scheduled routes, and that actually proved to be really popular. And even to this day, I actually think quite a lot of people actually still watch the old live stream video. So I turned it into an actual series, as it seems like what people want from me. And, well, there are 10 missions which come with the game. And over the next 10 weeks, I'll do these 10 missions. So, simple as. So, without further ado, let's go for a new game. And let's get ourselves started. So, missions. Mission 1 briefing. So, yeah, there are 10 missions. I'll do these week by week. But start with mission 1 briefing. Let's get started. Description 1 briefing. In this briefing, you'll learn how to drive this train and how to operate at stations. Instructor Danny will explain everything to you. So let's get started, and let's go to Danny. There he is. Right. Hello, I'm Danny, your instructor. Today's your first ride of the C stock. Certainly most isn't, but okay. We'll drive through Edgeware Road without passengers, then we'll drive back. You should try and stick to the schedule. Let's switch on the tail lights. So go into the rear of the cab, press C, switch to driver mode. The right console, so you can press shift, which opens up this little mouse in the center screen. So let's click on the gauges and switch on both tail lights. Very good, follow me. And I am blocking him. Right, we'll leave the view mode and let's get out of the train's cab. You're going to tell me to close the door behind me, which I've already done, don't worry mates. And he'll take us to the front of the train where he'll teach me how to turn it on and drive. Right, let's go back to him. Yeah, don't forget to close the door, already done it. So let's just go to the front of the train. So he's going to take his jolly old time walking, whilst I can sprint. So while we wait for him to arrive, let's have a look at the environment. So, like I said, World of Subways Volume 3, based on the Circle Line train and Hammersmith extension within London Underground. There are 2 stocks, 3 different train models that come with the game. You've got the C stock Circle Line, which has the yellow bars on the inside. It's on the train opposite. You've then got the C stock with pink bars for the Hammersmith City, and you've also got the D stock train, which is for the Districts line. And I can tell you that none of these trains actually operate anymore. The C stock disappeared late 2015 to mid 2016, and then earlier this year, early 2017, the D stock actually went out and retired, so they were replaced with the S stock train, the S6 and S7 stocks, which replaced the these ones. Basically, try to make like a more uniform kind of train, so repairs would be cheaper, training would be cheaper, and so forth. So everything's set up. So switch on the train, pull that back. So on the headlights, destination lights, and dashboard lights. So this switches over here. Turn on the cab lights, left one, and switch it to the right. Passenger heating and lighting, so light set on, saloon heating on. And otherwise, close the doors and we're all set to go. So close the door, set it forward, point dead man's handle down, bring air pressure into the brakes. And I believe that train there will beat us. Yes, it will. So we'll be behind the C-Stock service as we leave, which means there could be a few red lights on the way we do need to stop for. Yeah, otherwise it's bring it forward and then bring it back to stop. So we'll have to wait for that signal to go green and then we'll be cleared to go ourselves. So the waiting game, my favourite game. So yeah, what should I talk about? So World of Subways is a game by TML Studios, which is a subsidiary of Aerosoft, and like I said, they've released 4 games so far. The first one was based off the New York subway, the second one was based off the Paris Metro, the third one is this one, London Underground, and then the fourth one, which came out last year or the year before, was based on the the New York subway in the 1980s, so it was the first time I went back into the past for it. So basically, the aim was, so originally they're going to make the Paris Metro for World of Subways Volume 4, and they pretty much hyped it up for everyone because they even used it in the promotional part of World of Subways Volume 3. Then, like, later in development, they changed their mind and switched to the New York instead, so we'll see if Paris even exists or not. So they're all quite well received. I think the latest one, Volume 4, is a bit 50-50 when it first came out, but one Subway series is generally quite well received. And when they were released, people did enjoy things. But I think people will agree that One Subway's Volume 3, the London Underground one, is the best one they've released to date. Alright, so we have a red signal coming up, so we'll slow down for that. And also drive a lot slower than the speed limit as well, because there's basically train in front of us can't do anything. So we'll stop here. Press number 2 for the route monitor. So basically tells us the current speed we're at, the speed limit, and so forth. So move forward, it should count up. There we go. And give me all the other information as well. And likewise, thing to talk about. So with national rail services, like all the main rail services, there'll generally be like miles between your train and the next one ahead, next one behind. With London Underground and most metro systems around the world, it's train after train after train after train after train. So you can see the next train in front of us, and we want like one right behind me, one right in front of him as well. So it's lots of trains with close concession. And basically the aim is to get as many trains out, move as many people as you can within a short given time period. So yeah, since there's a train in front of me, the speed limit here in this track is about 40 miles per hour. We will go maybe 15, 20 just to keep the distance between us. Likewise, I've got to follow the signals as well because he's again right in front of me. So nice and slowly. Keep train moving. If we look to the back as well, it's got the passenger platforms and all station models. Even talk about the environment as well, so there's a lot of detail that goes into this train simulator environment. So you can see like got the stuff left inside the rails, got empty boxes, got a bit fewer trees and plants here as well. Just slow down a bit because we're coming up to a red signal. There we go. Yeah, a bit of vegetation, a few of the buildings on the side as well. They're not 100% realistic, but they are based on like London. Just the amount of detail that really went into the simulator. I think 10 studios can really bring it out. There you go. So next one coming up, it's going to be red. So we'll stop at the platform. Yeah, now our train is not in service, so hopefully these guys won't try to board it or something. Yeah, so let's bring the train to a halt. And there we go. Just keep an eye on the signal. So, how are you doing, Danny? Take you don't talk much. Nope. Yeah. Yeah. So let's go have a look at the platform whilst we're at it, because we'll be stuck here for a while. I think there's no signal for a little while to come. Otherwise, here you go, Shepherd's Bush Market, which a few years ago got renovated with the new, what's it called, the Westfield Shopping Centre. So yeah, this game unfortunately is now outdated by a fair few years. This was released in, was it 2008? No, it has to be newer than that, surely. It was just after Hammersmith Extension, which was 2008. Yeah, I'm not sure when it came out, the simulator, but basically a lot of this is now outdated with lots of the routes being modernised, and like I said, the trains being now completely different on the system. So there were talks for an like I said, the S-Dock came out, and there were talks on like the forums for an S-Dock DLC to come out for this game, but in the end that never happened. And ooh, what happened there? Yeah, there was no S-Dock DLC released in the end, and we just had to make do with what we've really got. And I have just successfully walked onto the tracks. So some places let you walk on tracks, others, if you walk on, they'll just phase through the floor and you'll go disappear or something. And try and get back on, which is easier said than done. Right, I need to try and find a floor which I can phase through so I can actually get back onto my train. Because this shouldn't... There we go. Right, so I phase through the floor and I'll magically teleport back into the train. Right, I didn't actually know that was a walkable bit on the floor beforehand. Which made things a bit more interesting. Right, so sit down. There you go, signal's now green. So bring down dead man handle. And let's go slowly. Although there will be a bit of distance there will now be a bit of distance between me and the next train. Yeah, like I said, there's some bits of the ground you can walk on, it is possible to, but not everywhere is. So as you can see, I did phase through the floor eventually. and then it will teleport you into the nearest train that you can enter. So the yellow barred C-stock trains, the Central Line ones, you are allowed to enter. The pink bar ones, the Hammersmith and City Line trains, you can go through the doors, but then you'll just fall through it. And then the D-stock trains, which you just cannot drive full stop, they just won't even let you through doors, like an invisible barrier which pushes you away. So yeah, it's very much based on the C-stock Circle Line trains that you should be able to access, nowhere else. Even then, this is quite a good train as well. I mean, highly modelled on every aspect, interior and exterior. It's the most realistic train I've seen for a train simulator game in basically forever. And just the amount of detail goes into it as well, really good. Also, I've been thinking, because I know I'm a simulator channel, so I do lots of simulator games. I do FSX, I do OMSI Bus Simulator, I do Euro Trucks. Train simulators are something I've not really looked into just yet, so if you guys want me to do more train simulators, like Train Simulator 16 by Dovetail, or even the new Train Sim World, the CSX Heavy Haul one, which I do also own, if you want me to do that as a series, do let me know, and I'll definitely do it in the future as well, because those kind of games do interest me. I've just not really seen if the fan base wants it or not. So if you want me to do more train simulators, let me know, and I definitely will plan some more in the future. Alright, so next signal hopefully is green. I can check that. Yes, it is. And hopefully it should be green for the majority of the trip to Edgeware Road now. And then, like I said, I'm going to then switch this train around and then return to Hammersmith, but this time with passengers following the schedule, which is the num1 is clock, sorry, num2 is route monitor, and then num3 is station monitor. So what time I arrive, what time I leave, and try and plan that to the correct schedule. Otherwise, yeah, track is definitely a bit clearer compared to before. Also, I have to say it's a very dark game, this one, in terms of like lighting and brightness. Very dark game. So I would recommend increasing at some point, but I'm keeping as much of the base as I can. The only things I've turned off is the unnecessary glow around the player model, which just makes no sense. And I've also turned off the motion blur, because who needs motion blur? I think there's also like a depth of field thing as well, which I've minimised as well, because depth of field's a little bit's fine, but not massive one. I know some games like to abuse for low rendering distances. So I know this game's not the greatest in terms of rendering distance, but as a train simulator, like I said, it's really good. I do highly recommend it. I mean, it's cheap on Steam now these days. I got the original CD copy from years ago. Years and years ago, like I said. I think I got it for my 11th or 12th Christmas present. Yeah, that was, I've had that for years. And I guess I still play it as well, so it must be that good, surely, if I'm playing it for... I'm now 18, so good 6-7 years. I mean, the detail goes into every aspect of the simulator. There's no, like, third-person camera, so we are stuck here looking at Danny for the entire journey. There's no real third-person camera, but as a majority, it's a good simulator. And I do thoroughly enjoy it and recommend it if you guys want a decent simulator to come out. I mean, like I said, this one's focused purely on the underground. Then you've got Wild Subways Volume 1 for the modern day New York. You've got Volume 2 for modern day U-Bahn, which I actually have been on in real life as well. I've been on the U-Bahn, I've been to Berlin before. U-Bahn's quite a nice system. Basically, so we're like a tour group. It's a school trip, history. But we also had like a tour of Berlin as well, so the tour guide, we got to stations, like no more trains for the day between the central station and 2 stops down the line. So basically they just asked the driver, hey, can you drive us back to central station, which they said yes to, and despite the fact it's like a 4-car train on quite long platforms, so despite the fact there's already like a train already on this platform, there was enough space to just squeeze another train, and that's where it came off. Yeah, I do like the U-Bahn system. Right, speed goes down to 30. We're going just under 20, which is fine. We then have a whistle coming up to announce that we are going underneath. Here we go. And here we go. Some cool facts for you guys. Basically, every single London Underground train ever in existence, from the original steam train to the ones today, they all have the same whistle. They may sound a little different, but they all have the exact same whistle to the original steam train 150 years ago. Which is, I guess, a little cool fact for you guys, yeah. So, as trains get newer, as technology gets better, and with the new signalling coming as well, so I know it's like these new S-Dock trains have automatic driving with the new signalling built into it. At the end of the day, they all go back to their heritage with the original signal. Right, the train in front of us is now long gone, so I can probably start speeding up and go back to the speed limit again. So I want to go up to 40. I'll then do this stand, and as we go into the tunnel towards Edgeware Road, that's when things start slowing down again. Alright, so now it goes up to 40. So yeah, speed limit is limited at 40 because the trains at the time of this game released, because the C-Stock trains, or the A-Stock trains have like long gone. Well, when the game released they were still here, but the A-Stock trains released like 1960. The C-Stock trains like 1962 to 1965, sorry, well they could be 1969 even, something like that. They're in the 60s as well, late 60s, early 70s. So at the time this game was released, they're at least 40 years old, coming up to 50 years. And that's about the average time a London Underground stock train will last on the rails. Right, so we're train to a halt. And now it's got to wait to go again. Let's have a look at the other side. So that's National Rail over there, because this is a Paddington station. So yeah, we'll soon be arriving at Paddington, and then next stop after that is Edgeware Road, where we'll then switch train around and then head back on a schedule on the timetable. Right, so increase power and off we go. Train on the other tracks. A Hammersmith City, you can see the pink bars in the window. Start slowing down because we're now going to enter the tunnels, and there's a major speed limit in the tunnels. I believe it's because of the fact that it's like 100 years old, these tunnels. So yeah, major speed limits, you can't go very fast in these. 25 miles per hour, and there's a red light, so you have to come to a halt anyway. Oh yes, and it's super dark in here, don't forget, so don't expect to see much. Right, come to a halt, and wait for it to go green. And as we crawl our way through the tunnels, we'll soon arrive at Edgeware Road. There we go, another train over there, so she poke our head out the door. And has that train left station? Yeah, it has just left station. So, Hammersmith City. So he's bringing up the pink bars, yes he will. So all this is dynamic. Each train runs their own schedule based on the real life London Underground schedule. And at the same time, all the passengers actually will board trains, deboard trains at set stations. Depending on where you stop on the platform, passengers will walk directly to the doors. So it's not like in Train Simulator where the passengers will disappear, just go invisible and teleport into your train. Passengers do walk on the platforms. Passengers will move around, and they will actually adjust their position to go through the doors. And if they're late, they're still getting to the platform and see a train there, they will actually run as well, which is a nice extra mini detail. Going a bit fast here, so we'll slow down quickly. Yeah, keep it at 25 miles per hour. There you go, 25. And the station should just be on the straight ahead. So there should be a visible turning point where the trains split up. So you got this one we're on, the Hammersmith branch, and then you've got a tiny bit which goes completes the circle line system, so across to like Aldgate, what's it? Yeah, Aldgate, King's Cross. You've got Notting Hill Gate down there, and just all like the major stations. So yeah, it's the crossover bits. Shall I probably have a look at it? There you go. And yeah, here we go. Comes to the platform now. So yeah, we get the central rails. Bring it to the heart of the platform, and then we'll return on the route. Go, so in the middle of the platform. That will do. No, it won't. Will this do? Let's just bring it to the end, shall we? I'm not sure which margins this guy's giving us. There we go. Alright, switch off everything. Don't forget to switch off tail lights. So bring that to neutral. If I can. Nope, okay. Switch off headlights. So cab lights, nope. Destination, dashboard, headlights. Switch on tail lights. Switch the traction brake controller to emergency and shut down. And let's go to the rear of the train. Alright, so leave train, close the door. Go to the first car and step on the train, and I believe it's the setup, so get everything switched on, ready for the return journey. Here we go. So, oh, do we have to wait for him to get into this train, do we? Come on, Danny. Take your time. Oh yes, another thing as well, so all these adverts, like, they're not real. These are all fake adverts, but like, they're designed to look like real ones, so yeah, they're all different stations. They're all based like on similar real life things, but just the amount of detail that goes into the simulator. There you go, art magazine right there. Which I've always thought this is like a bit like David Cameron, like a Chinese David Cameron. Don't know why. That's just what I've always seen this as. On the other side, you've then got a Becoming a Wizard, the new book out now. Yeah, go do. That's one of my personal favourites, I will say. Becoming a Wizard. So yeah, let's go to the front of the train because I believe Danny has now arrived. Yes, he has. Switch off the tail lights and switch on everything you need. So tail lights off and traction brake controller on. Switch on the headlights, dashboard lights, everything lights, passenger lights and heating, which I didn't actually turn off at the front. Keep in mind passenger to destination travelling to, so we are switching that to Circle Line via Aldgate. There we go. Driving party schedule, so start programming the automatic announcements. So we are saying program. We are pressing 2 and 8 until we get to the Circle Line in a rail. Let's go down. Press enter. We are departing Edgeware Road, Hammersmith. So just click and click till we get to it. There we go. Edgeware Road, Hammersmith. Until we arrive at Hammersmith as destination. So let's go down. Down, down, down. There we go, Hammersmith. Press enter. Press enter as we're here. And now let passengers enter the train. So open doors, F6 for the right side. And there go, passengers now start entering. So any other train simulator, these passengers like fade out into disappearance. In this simulator, they actually walk into the train and adjust to the doors. Alright, so what time do we leave actually before I close all doors? We leave at 6:21. Oh right, okay, so it's already done ages ago. So close doors and drive schedule to Hammersmith. So set train ready to go. There is a brake testing over there, but he doesn't want me to do it. So we'll just go without it. Let train's brake pressure build up. And off we go. Bear in mind there are no trains in front of us this time. We should be able to follow the speed limits properly. So yeah, it's 40 everywhere, except in places that it signals to you for something else. In this case, the tunnel is 25. There we go, bring it into neutral, just a moment. Just keep on following the speed limit until we arrive. At each station there's also like an option to turn on tunnel lights, but those are generally only turned on during servicing, like maintenance. So yeah, if you've got this game, like you always turn them on, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this not realistic. You only turn them on during maintenance, not anywhere else. Alright, so keep it 25. Again, I'm not 100% sure why the speed limit is like this under Edgeware, but I've got a feeling, and I can assume that's got to do with the fact that, again, these tunnels are 150 years old. So yeah, too much speed, it could disrupt something. Right, so we should have automatic announcements now, so as we get to every station, you'll hear the lady saying, next station is yada da, change here for yada da.
The next station is Paddington. Change for the Bakerloo Line and National Rail Services.
There you go, working fine. So slow train down, and then we try and time it for the end of the station. This is not like the this is subsurface stock, so much larger than the other ones, because these were built as like cut and cover originally when Underground was first being built, or as the Great Western Underground, whatever. I know it's like the Metropolitan and Districts line. And basically, there's a little window that you get on driver's side. Let me just open the doors quickly. Little window here you get, where you're meant to get. Basically, it's like each station has a little green like signpost with little arrows pointing at it. The aim of the train driver is to try and get it bang on the green bit in the middle, otherwise the doors will not open. Because these trains are subsurface and much larger, and this was sea stock as well, these have been more manual, so if you, just as long as you stop at anywhere, you can open doors wherever you want. So the new system's much safer, but the old system now has a bit more freedom for the driver. I believe it's now up to 40, is it? Yes, it is. So yeah, there's two different types of London Underground trains. You've got subsurface, which is this kind of train, much larger and more overground. And then you've got the subsurface trains, so much smaller, and where you get the technical term the tube train from, because the tunnel looks like a massive tube. And those were done like through TBMs and all those kind of digging methods.
The next station is Royal Oak.
Let's be down to 30. Let's slow down. And at the end of each route you also do get scored based on your performance, so like heavy braking you lose points, wrong setup you lose points, wrong announcements you lose points, good driving you gain points, and so forth. So yeah, this is also a bit more dynamic as well, based on your own driving skill. So I'm going to train to the end of the platform. There we go. It's actually not a long train. I think this is reduced service, so you normally get about 6 cars on the C-stop train. Although, because I'm on my train mission, I'm only carrying 4 cars. Yeah, you normally get a 6-car C-stock train. Carry on. Just going to close that door now. And one thing I do want to check quickly is check the thing. So it's right now 6:46, and departure. Yeah, so the time schedule thing is way off right now, but we're not getting scored on it just because the train, believe, is starting the other side of something. Not too sure. It's going under again, so we whistle. And now going to cross the National Rail Services onto the other side, and then make our way back to Edgeware Road. go, up to 30 speed limit. And yeah, the return journey should just be green signals along the entire trip. I don't think there'll be any red signals or anything stopping us at this point. Ooh, don't go too fast.
The next station is Westbourne Park.
And yes, slowly bring the train to a halt. So this is the Hammersmith extension. So basically, originally only the Hammersmith and City line came on this part of the track, but with a few upgrades on the London Undergrounds, they started to bring the Circle line to it, which is why we're driving on this part of the track. But originally, this was only Hammersmith and City line, the pink line. Not just sure why they added it. I think it was mainly just to make the station a bit more useful for the public, and part of the upgrades to bring the S-Lock to every line. Otherwise, yeah, as an upgrade, it's an into extension to it, and in this game, it's more track for you to drive on, so I guess that's another bonus for you there. Otherwise, now, like I said, there's a lot of praise I can give this game. In anything, I'm trying to think of things actually wrong with this. I mean, like, I really don't think there's anything wrong with the simulator. I mean, it's realistic, it's got its depth, it's got its detail. Trains are highly modelled to every standard. The passengers, they are a bit more dynamic, actually follow trains, go into the correct doors, run if they're running late or something.
The next station
Realistic
is
environments,
Westbrook
better than most train simulators, but then again it's more like, the route's not as long, so it's about 32 kilometres of drivable track, and you're in London, so basically try and make it look like London, please. Compared to, say, Train Simulator, which is a massive right system, so basically just make it look more like a train line, look like you're somewhere in England, and then you've got a good enough train simulator. So that you can't really fault, but just as a simulator, just the detail you get in this,
to Hammersmith.
you really can't pin anything wrong with it. Right, so coming up to the end of the route now, shouldn't be too far away. Hang on, this was that Ladbroke Grove? Possibly, I'm not sure. Which is the next stop here, now I can tell you how many stops we got.
The next station is Latimer Road.
Alright, that's Latimer Road. Then I believe it's I'm not sure if there's one more before what's it? Shepherd's Bush Market. And then there's one more, and then you got Hammersmith. So it's either 4 or 5 more stops left on this journey. There we go.
This
Yeah, don't need to take up the entire platform because this is an absolute tiny train compared to normal underground trains. Like I said, we're missing actually 2 whole cars off the end of this one. Anyways, I think that's everyone on board now, so we can signals close doors, and off we go. Let's go for acceleration for this one actually. Just get this train up to speed. So yeah, talking earlier about how close trains are on London Underground and how that's different to like main line services. Another thing is like the distance between each station. So normally you get like 1 station per town, and then each town has 1 station train stops at. It's like once or twice a day. For London Underground, it's a shuttle station, so stop and stop and stop, and each stop is maybe like 500 metres from each other, 1 kilometre from each other. So yeah, not long distances at all, and it really is to get people moving from A to B. So this is more of a like urban area where people live, and then something like the Circle Line will take people to the city where people actually like work and so forth. So really it's just get people moving to where they work and where they live. Yeah, it's going to be green signals for the rest of the line.
This is a Circle Line train to Hammersmith.
Wood Lane, this is where you get on a Central Line train, is it? Is it Central Line train at Wood Lane? I believe it is. Yeah, because the BBC place is nearby as well. The hang on, did I close doors? No, I didn't. See, I know that BBC headquarters is also nearby as well on the right side. train. That's a Hammersmith City, probably the one we actually saw on the way. Because bear in mind they got to have like limited trains on these systems, otherwise it creates a backlog. Yeah, keep an eye out for the BBC antenna. I believe it's on the right side. Potentially, I don't remember. Now keep looking for a massive antenna, and that's the BBC HQ. It should be visible for you. It's just past, it's around Shepherd's Bush Market, coincidentally as well. So I know it's also right next door to the Westfield Shopping Centre. So, yeah, I think I may have missed a few whistle signs on the way here, but that's fine. I was training to drive a train. Otherwise, yeah, let's just carry on the routes. Is that BBC headquarters there? A few satellites on top of that building. Yeah, there we go. That's the BBC centre. Although, due to licensing, I think they've given it a different name. So, yeah, headquarters for BTV. British Television, I like that actually, BTV. Yes, on the right side. So yeah, that's the BBC's world headquarters, and this station looks nothing like this anymore, I can tell you for a fact. After Westfield Shopping Centre opened, it completely like redesigned the entire station. A lot more modern, a lot nicer as well, we'll say. Because this line was in like, this part of the track, this extension here was in dire need for an modernisation. And that's what the extension plans really brought into it, with new trains as well. Modernised the signals, rebuilt half the stations on here, and just like brought everything back into the modern age. So there's one station on this route which was also closed. I believe it's not Mansion House, it's the one after Mansion House I forgot the name of. I'll try and find that for next week, but basically it's one station that's closed here for renovations. In reality it opened years ago, but it'll be forever closed in this game. It's about 2 more stops and we come to the end of the routes. Yeah, 40-minute episode this, so it's not exactly going to be the shortest series in the world, but as long as people want to watch it, as long as it's what people want in terms of content from this channel, I'm more than happy to put time in for you guys. Because again, this is what you people want, and yeah, my channel is really to get the content that you guys want based on this channel as well. So anything to keep this channel going, anything to keep you guys interested, I'm more than happy to do. Any games you want to request, feel free to let it down below. Any other things you want me to do, just like, again, let it down below. So now I've got, so my main series like simulators and games, and then I do like airsoft every once in a while, and just like stuff that interests me and keeps you guys watching as well. And like live streams as well, also do a few of those over the summer weeks. Alright, let's close doors. And off we go to Hammersmith, which I believe is the next stop. Yes, it is. Although there would probably be a train at the platform, so I do need to wait for it to clear up first. Yep, there's a train at the platform, so unless we switch over to the right track, which I don't believe is the case. Yeah, I have to wait at some red signal, aren't we? See a minute of 15 coming up. And now I get to play the waiting game. So whilst you wait, let's go to the back and actually see if there's any passengers in this front car. Nope. Nope, they're going to be the next one, aren't they? All empty as well. Have they all gone to the back of the train? Seriously. Fair enough. Again, I'm a massive extended train, which is going to the right end of the platform, so I doubt there's going to be too many people who will be staying here. And yeah, this is not possible to walk on, so we'll just phase through the ground again. Oh well, back into the cockpit. Just wait for this train to move. So I have 2 things it can do: leave the station, or just disappear into thin air. See what the game will do for us this time. There we go. Disappear into thin air it chose. So let's go to the stations. So what speed limit here is at 15. No, but it will be in a moment. There we go, 15 on the other side. So slow down a bit. And let's go into platform. Up to 10. And now we've got to crawl to the end of the platform. There you go, we go 9 miles per hour on the 10 zone. And just before the end of the platform, we can train to a halt. So yeah, should need the entire length of the platform for this, should we? That will do. Open doors. And passengers will now deboard. Yeah, they all went right to the back of the train. So, is this it for you, or are we going to sit here? Does he want me to go right to the end of the platform? Is that what he wants from me? Let's try it then. See if the game has its own like fine margins. Is that close enough? Alright, that's as close as I'm really willing to go, really. Press all 3 of them. Yeah, we are at Hammersmith. Now what? Oh, right, hang on. Turn off train. I believe that's what he wants me to do. There we go. Perfect, you've completed your training. There we go. Thank you, Danny. And congratulations. You've successfully completed the mission. So, exit game. Now he brings us back to the main menu. So, yeah, that was Subways Volume 3. That was London Underground Simulator. And that was the first training mission. And like I said, I'll do this as a series every Monday. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do leave a like if you did. Do subscribe. And then I'll see you guys hopefully next time. Goodbye.